Just wondering, I know you said yesterday you were resting those guys with precautionary. Did Frank or Nerlens or Rivers, were they able to practice today?
No, not really. We're holding them out until they're completely healthy. So maybe another day or two for Nerlens. Alec is still out with the excused absence, and pretty much that's it.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Tom. That young group that finished the game, final 7 minutes or so, what's your plans for them? How do you want to go about that quintet? It seemed like very effective. I mean, how do you want to use them tomorrow?
We'll see how the game unfolds. We're still evaluating. I thought the whole fourth quarter was good, but we had stretches of the game where we didn't play well. The start was okay. Most of the first quarter, second quarter was problematic. Third quarter, but the finish was very good. So still mix and match, still learning a lot about the team, and then concentrate on areas of improvement and strive to be a 48-minute team. There's a lot of areas that we obviously have to shore up.
Next question comes from Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Hey, Coach. Heading into the final preseason game, what are a few areas you really want to focus on as the final tune-up before the regular season starts?
Yeah, I think this overall execution on both sides of the ball, and each day you're taking a look at the things that you're doing well, the things you're not doing as well as you would like. And obviously, you can't work on everything every day, so you're trying to prioritize the things that are most important, and you fix one area and then you have slippage in another, then you have to get to that. So just to develop the right habits, we want to be a great practice team first, understand why we either have won or lost, learn, grow, get better every day.
Next question comes from Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Mike.
I know the three-point shooting hasn't gone down this preseason, especially last night. I was wondering what you think of the spacing so far, actually. Just because the quality of shots, independent of what the results have been.
Yeah, and that's something you always have to work on. The offense is timing and spacing, and usually early on in the preseason, your defense is ahead of your offense. And so that's something that we'll continue to work on. I think as time goes on, we'll get better and better at it. So actually, I thought we had high-quality shots for a number of the threes that we had taken. So just continue to work on it.
Next question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom. This is a little bit off topic, but going back to your days as an assistant with the Knicks, what do you remember about what you learned about yourself with those teams and what you learned about coaching?
Well, it was an unbelievable experience because we had a great coaching staff with Jeff, but also the assistants, Don Chaney, Brendan Malone, Jeff Nix, Steve Clifford, Mike Malone, Kevin O'Neill, the list goes on. But it was like going to the best clinic in the world each and every day. And we had such a great team. We had great players. And just the way they worked, and you had everyone committed to trying to win a championship. And it was great to be part of that environment. And you felt like you learned every day, and you were going against Hall of Fame coaches every night, and the league was pretty intense.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
So you hold those guys out of practice today, but their status for tomorrow, I mean, do you feel that Burks definitely won't be back because of personal reasons, but with Frank and Nerlens, is that a possibility that they play the preseason finale?
Well, the way we went into camp was we approached it with the understanding, like with the layoff and all the different factors that were involved, that if there were strains or pulls or anything like that, we just wanted to be take every precaution, but it would also give us the opportunity to evaluate other players. So that's the way we're approaching it. I think most teams you're seeing approach it that way. So with having guys out, the guys that are the rest of the roster gives you an opportunity to evaluate them and to look at different combinations. I think that's how we ended up getting to the combination that finished the game. And I think it was good information for us. And obviously, a regular season game would be a lot different than that. So we have to continue to study and learn.
We have time for 2 more questions. The next question comes from Rebecca Harlow, MSG Network.
Coach, as you're setting up your defense here, what's the one message that these guys keep hearing over and over again as you're developing the right habits?
Probably just to have the discipline that's necessary to do your job. And I think that's probably the most important thing. So it's not overly complicated. We start with individual fundamentals and build the foundation that way, and then get into the team schemes. And every day, I think we can improve and get better at it. But we got to play the ball correctly. We start there, then we have to give the appropriate help. Then we have to finish our defense the right way by challenging shots and rebounding.
Our last question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, I know you mentioned, finding combos and stuff and seeing people. Some of the guys who haven't played yet, who may not be a part of the rotation or might not even stick, Powell, Bresdakis, guys like that. Do you want to see them in a game before you make decisions, or do you want to really see these combos that you really need to use?
Yeah, well, that's the challenge of it all. And we were talking about it this morning in our coaches meeting. You'd like to, from that standpoint, you'd like to have 8 preseason games. So you could get a look at everyone, but with a shortened preseason where you're playing 4 games, you're concentrating, particularly for us, where new coaching staff and a lot of new players, you're trying to get set on your rotation, and so it's made it difficult. But we got a chance to look at Amari. We're getting a good look at those other guys in practice, and I think we're getting to know them a lot better. They're getting to know us, so that's an important part of the evaluation as well. They're young, and I think there's a lot of room for growth with those guys.